Hi, this is the beginning of a brief look, just a very brief look at what philosophers would call natural theology, which is the study of God from a rational or a philosophical perspective, not from faith, which is what you would call just straight theology or maybe sacred theology. And we're just going to get an overview of this, just like it's one of those topics. We looked at the Phaedo, where Socrates is trying to get some knowledge about the soul and life after death. So God would be that other item that I guess many people don't think you can have any kind of knowledge about God. Philosophers tend to disagree on that, at least some of them. So what I had you look at is one of the questions from the Summa, question 2 of the first part. And that's just a question on proving God's existence. And that's just a piece of that. And after we look at that, we'll just take a brief look at how the process moves forward as philosophers try to get some knowledge about God. And let me put this up here. It's got three steps. So first is involved a proof for God's existence, and that becomes the starting point, that maybe the not the hinge, but rather the grip we have on God, because in order to talk about anything, you have to know it somehow. Just like Plato thought you have to be a pure moral person to see the soul clearly. You have to have some way of knowing God, and then you try to draw deductions from that. And the order of it goes, first of all, you try to clarify, well, what God isn't, and you'll see how this goes. And then you try to talk about what God is. And the outcome of this is what's traditionally called divine names. So you get properties of God would become names of God, which dovetails back into a religious tradition that we find in the Bible. Okay, so we'll start with a brief overview of the 5 proofs for God's existence.